Hannah.
Hello.
Uh, Summer is almost over.
Oh,
It's August. The temperature is going down. The I don't know. It's getting colder. It's getting darker earlier. Uh, I guess people are going back to school, and you and I have this lovely new podcast studio.
oh yes. I made it for us.
Now, if you're, well, I guess since the podcast is completely on YouTube now, we have a lovely view of our skeleton farm next to the village. We have this beautiful Lenovo laptop,
Oh joy.
wonderful potted plant, the obligatory hang in there baby,
Mm-hmm.
a map of the area, the coffee machine, because as podcasters, we run off of 200,000 cups of coffee a day.
I mean, that's basically my blood is coffee.
We have the water cooler somewhere in the background.
Yeah.
And we have the refrigerator that dispenses pumpkin pie.
Yeah, because I mean, I figure if we're gonna get hungry, we're gonna want pumpkin pie.
Yeah. So yeah, we got the new studio. It's a little rusting, but it's not perfect. It's got air conditioning, and that's all I ask out of life.
Yeah, it's got air. There is an air conditioner on the roof. Like I did pay for all that. Like it
Yeah,
is up to date. Like we're not, we're comfortable here.
yeah. You got some bookshelves because we need to let everyone know that we read books, or
Yeah,
that we look like we read books.
we own books.
We own books.
Exactly.
We own books. I've had AI summarize most of them. I kind of remember what it told me. Did you know that there's really no grapes in the Grapes of Wrath?
There isn't?
No.
Yeah, there was a distinct lack of rye in Catcher of the Rye too.
Yeah, he didn't really catch much rye.
No. Just kind of talked
So,
about teenage angst and stuff.
teenage angst and phonies.
Yeah, right.
I didn't even know people were talking on the phone that much back then. Anyway, let's start the show.
It's mighty strange. You looking happily deranged. I can't settle in bed. Or have you picked your target yet? It's ended. Got your dog bite. It's ended.
I don't know if that joke is offensive, but I do think that it should qualify to get me canceled.
I don't think it's
Making making a phone joke for Catcher in the Rye.
no, I don't think it's offensive.
It's not offensive. It is just terrible enough that like I'm gonna get thrown into the likes of I don't know, who are the Carlos Mencia.
Yeah, the
I'll,
book
I'll
club
go down in comedy history with guys like Carlos Mencia.
the book clubs across America are definitely sneering at you.
Yes. I'm being preemptively banned from all comedy clubs, even though I'm not actually a stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
Anyway, this is Online for Maintenance, theoretically the official podcast of MMOFallout.com, now coming to you in Minecraft Vision.
From OFM Studios.
From OFM Studios. I'm Summer.
I'm Hannah. Oh geez.
And you are listening to episode number 24. Summer's almost over. Both the season and my career as a public figure. Now, you can find and support this nonsense garbage, whatever the shit I do,
We have fun here.
on Patreon at patreon.com/MMO Fallout. And you can find us on YouTube. Jamali, Hannah, we can find you under News Cartridge.
Yeah, at News Cartridge.
Yeah.
YouTube.com/news. Yeah.
And you can find the both of us trolling the Sentinels of the Store Discord and preventing meaningful conversation from being had on a
Usually just
regular
posting
basis.
memes, you know.
Yeah. I mostly post cursed images of like cigarette popsicles.
Oh my god, I could not. I almost gagged when you sent me that. Oh my god.
I didn't do a good enough job if you just almost gagged. But Hannah,
Yes,
it is my understanding that we play video games for this podcast.
we do.
And what kind of video games have you been playing?
I've actually been playing a lot more. I've been playing Sea of Thieves again. I'm back into it, of course.
Sea of Thieves, I would have never expected.
Yes. Have you heard of this game?
I've heard a little bit about it.
It's almost like I've talked about it for 90% of the podcasts.
I've become a little bit more familiar with it over the last week or so.
Yes, I've convinced a good friend of mine to play it. You.
Yeah?
Uh-huh. So, like, I've really enjoyed, like, the 2 sessions that you and I have played, I've really enjoyed because they've been very, very dynamic in, like, what the game experience is. And to be completely honest, your last session was like, yeah, no, this is what the game is.
Well,
This is
yeah,
what-
because the first session we realized we weren't on the high seas.
Yeah, we were on safer seas, so there weren't other players there.
Yeah.
But you got into a server and you didn't really know what you were doing. You're on your own boat. It's a fresh boat too. People can tell if it's a fresh boat, trust me. You know, they see your sails, they see your paint job, they see you don't have any cosmetics, then they're like, oh yeah, fresh meat. But you had happened to sail up upon an occupied port,
Yes.
which you did not know you should not do. Especially when the boat is twice your size.
Yes.
So to talk about our little gaming experience on Sea of Thieves, I've played like on my own with another friend, and we've had like pretty regular sessions. We made a bunch of money. Interaction between players seems fairly low at the moment, but like it's okay. People are exploring the new stuff. There's a new season out. And there's new content and a whole bunch of new stuff to do. So that's a lot of fun, and I think people are exploring that. But the first session you and I had, like, we got in just as you had completed the maiden voyage, and we then did like a treasure map. We went and killed some skeletons. We had fun. We had good round. Oh wait, no, we had another session after that where I just kind of took you out, and we just like I gave you like a good like this is what I do kind of thing.
Yeah.
And we did a ghost fort to get some supplies, which you always want to dive to a ghost fort to get supplies because they're full of food. They've usually got cannonballs on them. They've also got wood. So like you can even find meat on them sometimes. Yes, I know, got wood. Hee hee hee. Anyway, and then you and I did a treasure vault, and we actually completed the treasure vault, which was really nice. We didn't get all of the treasure out of it, but we got about 80 to 90% of it out, which is really good. We got the big chest, which is the chest of ancient tributes. It's the one that's got the green cloth covered in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you have to turn in, I think, 50 of those to get the achievement in order to unlock, I think it's a sale that you can buy.
Okay.
Yeah. The game wants you to do the same thing a lot. And it might seem repetitive, but doing the same thing a lot is what's going to make the game really fun. And I that might sound counterintuitive, but the more you get into the habit of doing the gameplay loops, the more your gameplay loop will interact with somebody else's gameplay loop and therefore be interrupted. Both of you be interrupted, and the next thing you know, you might be fighting, you might be forming an alliance, you might just leave each other alone and just be real cautious of each other. So,
Yeah.
it's always a mixed bag of what's going to happen. And so the last time you and I played, that was honestly really fun. And it's kind of like what I expect out of like crazy things that happen in the game. So you had sailed up onto a port on the Plunder outpost, and you had sailed up onto the dock where the boat spawns, because that's where, and you know where to go.
Yeah.
The other place to go to dock is the Sovereigns, which if you own your own boat, you go over to the Sovereigns and you can sell there. You can sell all of your loot really easily.
Yeah.
That's like the benefit of owning your own boat. There was a galleon parked at the Sovereigns at Plunder Outpost. I don't think you knew this. I don't think you saw this because it was
No.
on the other side of the island. Plus, you also don't know what to look for yet. You can usually see the boat. You can usually see the boat, or you can see some part of it, but you just don't know what to look for. You've got, what, 10 hours in the game? You know what I mean? So, I heard another player, or I heard something funny. And
Yeah.
then the next thing I know, somebody was climbing up our boat.
Yeah. You there was someone in the captain's quarters and I had no clue. Like I had started sailing us out. And
Yeah.
and you're like, there's someone on the boat, there's someone on the boat.
Yeah. Because what had happened is, if they climb up the ladder, you can take out the blunderbuss and actually shoot them off the ladder and push them away.
Right.
And push them off the boat. If we do that, there's a good chance that we'll just get away from them. This player actually was good.
Yeah.
I can tell a player who's, they're about my skill level in the game, or maybe even a little bit better. The harpoon gun was introduced a couple of updates ago, and it allows you to it's basically a hook shot. You can grab onto things and then pull yourself forward, or you can even grab loot and pull it to you. Well, what this player was doing is they were grabbing our boat with their harpoon gun in order to bring themselves closer to the boat, so that way they could reboard our boat even after we got them off. We then made the mistake of not just running the fuck away. Not just running as far as we can. We went to Snake Island, Snake Island's about 2 clicks away from Plunder Outpost North, and we went around to the other side of the island in hopes that they might not follow us. Well, this player was very resilient. This player is very knew what they wanted to do. They had a gunpowder barrel dinghy.
Yeah.
It's literally just an explosive rowboat. So they rowed it up onto our boat, lit the fuse, jumped up onto our boat, started attacking me, and blew up our boat and sank us. You were so pissed. You seemed angry.
A little bit.
This is the game, though. This is what it is. It's literally being a little shit to other people and stealing their stuff or not.
You will be proud of me.
What's up?
I played a little bit this morning.
Okay.
And I got the achievement Burning Vengeance.
Okay.
For defeating the Burning Blade.
What?
because I was in a port and someone came by the port with the burning blade ship. And I was like, maybe they'll leave me alone because I literally I kind of just got into the game. And they started firing on me. Little did they know, I had a powder keg in my captain's quarters. I grabbed it, jumped off the ship, got onto theirs, lit it, and just blew myself up and sunk the ship.
I am so proud of you. Oh my god, I am so fucking proud of you. Holy shit, I hope that was fun.
I hope that they regretted it.
Oh god, yeah, but you see, like, the game is never the same twice. You never
Yeah.
know what's gonna happen. You never know anything that, like, see, the fact of that you even had a nuke on you was, like, crazy.
But
Like,
according to my app, only 3.71% of people have unlocked the Burning Vengeance achievement.
I think I've gotten it. It's kill a burning blade that's been
Yeah, defeat the burn. It just says defeat the Burning Blade.
oh, okay. Yeah, a lot of people haven't come back to the game, unfortunately, since like season 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Let's see, where's the achievement?
So yeah, I did that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I thought it was funny.
I have unlocked that already. I did that a year ago.
I could hear the guy like clicking his teeth over the microphone when we were both in the Davy Jones locker.
Yeah.
So I could tell that he was pissed.
Yeah, I mean, you just single-handedly sunk their boat, you know,
Not
because
only that, but the guy, like, I assume they looked at me and they're like, oh, this will be an easy sink. And then I just make a beeline for their ship and blow it up.
yeah. And that's the thing is, like, your boat doesn't have any cosmetics. Your boat is honestly screaming, I'm a newbie, come kill me.
Yeah.
I don't have my sea legs yet. You don't know how to shoot. No offense, but you don't know how to shoot yet. You know, you've shot a couple cannonballs because I've gotten like decent cannon angle for you. But you know, and I've been guiding you a little. But like it is rough learning cannons in that game.
Yeah.
Because different cannonballs have different weights. Like the scatter shot doesn't shoot like a cannonball. The chain shot doesn't shoot like a cannonball. Chain
Yeah.
shots and scatter shots shoot about the same, but they're for different targets and different purposes.
Mhm.
You know, chain shots, you want to hit the mast with them, or if you're trying to just sink them quick, you just pound them with chain shots because they do 2 damage rather than 1.
Yeah.
What is going on outside our studio? There's a zombie out here.
Oh.
And he was in armor, so he wasn't dead yet. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. The wonderfulness that is broadcasting from Minecraft now.
Yes.
So back to Sea of Thieves. So that player comes and blows us up, right? And you know, again, I'm very proud of you, by the way, about the burning blade thing. Oh my, that is amazing of you. Holy cow. We respawn, and we get incredibly lucky.
Yes.
We got so lucky because the smuggler's loot just happens to be like super common right now because it's the new stuff. It's like literally just come out. It's been out for like maybe 2 weeks, I don't know. But like it's still it's very new. So Rare tends to dial stuff up when it just comes out and then turn it down over time to balance it out. So right now we're seeing a bunch of smuggler stuff. Especially they've specifically said every single bottle that we find will only be a smuggler bottle unless we're in the Roar, which yeah. Well, I don't want to go to the Roar with you yet. The roar's
Okay.
not fun. The roar is volcanoes that explode all the time, and the islands will attack you.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so we'll get there eventually, but I'll show you later. So we spawn at an island, and there's smuggler's loot, and there happens to be a nuke. And we also find another little item called a horn. I forget what the full name of the horn is, but it's
It was
a
like the
very
horn of the wind or something.
yeah, and it's a very good item. So we grabbed the horn and we grabbed the nuke. The horn is a very good like versatile item for you can use it offensively, you can use it defensively, you can use it to move. Like it's so good to have that. So we just grab the nuke, grab the horn, and I'm like, let's go get him.
Yeah.
Let's go blow him up. Let's go get revenge. We don't have anything anymore. Then whatever. And you said yes. So let's go do it. They had done the stupid thing of flagging up Reaper.
Right.
So when Reapers flag up, everyone can see them.
Mm-hmm.
This lets people know, one, that's a Reaper boat. They might be after players because Reapers get a lot of extra. Reapers actually gain emissary levels through killing players.
Okay.
They also gain they gain up to 150% bonus on every piece of loot. So
Yeah.
they want everything they can. They flag up Reaper so everyone can see that they're there. We just respawn. We don't have a flag.
Yeah.
Level 5 Reapers can see people who are emissary, but we don't have an emissary, so we just gun it for them. We just beeline it straight for them. We had met them just around Shipwreck Bay because they were going for a world event. I think they were doing the Red Tornado.
Mm-hmm.
And I handed the boat over to you to say, just keep us straight, just keep us going right for them. Our boat ended up colliding with theirs, and we ended up on top of their boat.
I misinterpreted your instructions at one point.
What do you mean?
I thought you just wanted me to ram them.
Oh, yeah, no, I wanted you to ram them.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. No, I wanted you to ram them. No, that's fine. Ramming is not the best of ideas, but we were on a suicide mission anyway, so who cares? So I remember I'm at the front of the boat. I've got the nuke. I see another player in the water. They've got a nuke. They're on their way to our boat. I've got mine. I light it. I'm holding it for a while. Because the nuke has a very, very long fuse. I'm holding it.
Yeah.
I jump off. I get in the water. I see their ladder. I'm like slowly inching toward their ladder. The nuke is still going, and I get onto their ladder. I get halfway up, and boom, just everything goes to hell.
Yep. It was fun seeing them in the afterlife.
Yeah, because we killed all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, we killed all of them.
We killed all of them. We got back. Everyone spawned back at everyone spawned back at that spot, and we
Yeah.
started shooting each other.
That's referred to as a back spawn. Sometimes that happens where the boat hasn't respawned yet, so
Right.
the game just throws you where you last were.
Yeah.
And yeah, it happens. You got to deal with it. I think it's just part of the game. It works. But
Right.
yeah, we dealt with the back spawn. I think we back spawned too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
they
because
ended up
I killed one of them, and then one of them killed me.
yeah, and I killed that one, and then another one killed me. And then we respawned on our new boat, and we got the hell out of there.
Yeah. We respawned on a new boat, and they were right by us.
They were like, yeah, I could not believe how close the game spawned us right next to them. So it's just like, they're right there. Get out of here. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Because they'll just, if they saw us, they would know it's us, and then they would just try to come at us again. Like, that is the game. It's unfortunately you can get locked into those yeah, they won't leave us alone, and we can't get out of it. And it's either restart the game or keep dealing with us.
Yeah.
Which is why the diving mechanic is actually really, really nice. I like how you got all freaked out when the first time we ever died.
Oh, so I didn't know that we were diving, and it scared me.
Yeah. You're like,
Because
what
the
happened?
ship just started sinking.
Yeah, it was, and it's a mechanic to one, get yourself into doing things quicker, but two, get away from players who are just being shitty.
Yeah.
Before the diving mechanic, I've had sessions where for an hour and a half, I'm just running from this asshole. I'm
Yeah.
just running from this piece of shit who will not leave me alone. I don't have any loot. I've taken all my supplies off my boat except for like 20 planks of wood so that way I don't just sink. They just
Mhm.
keep chasing me. They won't leave me alone. You know, it fixes that because that's really not fun.
Yeah.
It gets you to the point where like if you can get 2 kilometers away from somebody, you can then dive and get away from them.
Right.
So that was fun. And then I had another session last night where I have one more piece of emissary reward that I can get from the Athena emissary, and
Mhm.
I need like 1,000,000 emissary value in order to get it. I think we're up to like 500,000.
Wow.
Yeah. Emissary value is different from gold. You get way more emissary value than gold. That's like, I don't know, 300k.
Yeah.
What are you thinking of the game? Do you like it? Like,
I'm liking it so far.
it's different.
Yeah.
And I was discussing this with my friend last night when we were playing. It's not a game we can recommend to anybody because it's such a very niche, very slow, very like it's an adventure game without being an adventure game.
Yeah.
You know, it's a sandbox. You have to have time to spend in the sandbox in order to have fun. You can't pick it up and put it down, pick it up and put it down. You have to spend some time with it. And that's why you can't recommend it because it's like, yeah, 200 hours in, it's really good. You know, that's a hard sell.
Yeah.
That is the hard sell to be like, yeah, 200 hours in and you're going to really like this. You know, and that's about, honestly, that's about the point where at 200 to 300 hours in, 500 hours in, you're like, I fucking love this game. You know, you really fucking start to get it. Like, sorry to get so, you really get it at like that time. And then you either love it or you don't. But like, it's so difficult to get to that point. And you can rush it, I guess, by like having me teach you like, no, this is how you do cannons. No, this is how you do cannon angle. No, this is what this is for. This is what this is for. But it's a lesson plan at that point. You're not having fun.
Yeah.
I can't wait to show you the Tall Tales, especially the Monkey Island one.
Yeah. I want to play those.
So there's a new feature too that's been added to the game that I think I might take advantage of. They have introduced pirate profiles to the game.
Okay.
So I can actually start a whole new character without deleting the character I have.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, so that way you and I can work on achievements and you don't feel like you're all, you know, that way you and I are like similar to where we are because like I don't want to make you feel like, you know, what's the point of anything? I've already got everything.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah. I think the player profiles are 6 for 1, 3 for 10.
Okay.
Yeah. So when I get paid, I'll probably spend a little bit of money on it, buy a new ship.
Mm-hmm.
There's a premium ship that I really want. It's got cherry blossoms.
Ooh.
Yeah. I got the cannon flare for it already, but I want to get like the full ship.
Very
Even though
nice.
even though the cannons are kind of stupid because they're literally in boxes. They're square. They're really weird looking and they're kind of bad, but they fit the theme.
Hmm.
Oh, that's another thing to teach you is about good cannons and bad cannons. Yeah.
Okay.
Cosmetics, certain cosmetics don't they change the look of what you have, right? So there
Yeah.
are barrels of the cannons that are actually quite long.
Mhm.
but they don't change how the cannon fires.
Yeah.
So you end up with like this disconnect of the cannon is this long, but it comes out of this point all at the same time.
That's weird.
Shorter cannons are better in the game.
Gotcha.
And it's something that you have to kind of learn over time. Believe it or not, the best cannons in the game are the default cannons. Which is really really counterintuitive, I think. But there are default cannons with paint jobs, so you can use like the default cannon with that doesn't look terrible. But
Yeah.
most of the cannons are bad. Most, and I mean like 70%, 75% of them are bad.
Huh.
Yeah, because they have extra attachments on them. They have extra stuff on them, which blocks your view.
Right. Yeah, that's not great.
And then there's terrible cannon flares. When you shoot the cannon, it makes smoke, it makes a flare, and you can change that. And there are ones where they're animated. And the animation will stick around for a little while.
Oh.
Yeah, so a good cannon flare is and it's gone.
Yeah.
A bad cannon flare is shimmery, shiny, blah, and then it's gone. Yeah. And this is stuff that you learn over time because like there's one cannon flare they gave away for like the season reward like two seasons ago. It's awful. It's terrible. It's horrible. It's horrendous. It's so bad. You could tell I've played this game
A little bit.
a little bit. Most people are worried like how can I find good treasure? I'm like, what's a good cannon flare? That being said, there are different sails as well. Sails are shaped a little bit different. Some of them have some slits in them that allow you to see a little bit better. There used to be sails that cost 8 million gold, that I have, of course, that they were like cut off on the bottom, so you could see like perfectly even with your full sail down. But they changed it because it was too good.
That is very powerful.
Yeah, it was incredibly powerful. It's literally like everybody just saved up 8 million gold to buy those sails, and then everybody used those sails.
Yeah.
Now those sails look terrible because they've got like a gray thing at the bottom, and it's. The figurehead also costs 8 million gold, and it doesn't like light up or shine or anything. It's just got a ruby on it.
Oh
It's
God.
not animated. Yeah, I've spent 28 million gold on that ship set, and it's not pretty. Other than that, I've been playing Minecraft with you. Building the forever going item sorter, which is getting so much bigger. We are now sorting all forms of rocks, I believe.
Yeah, all forms of rocks, and I think pretty much all forms of dirt.
Yeah, all forms of dirt, all forms of rocks. So like dirt, stone, cobblestone, like stone bricks, diorite, andesite, granite, and then I just put in deep slate and tough. We are now sorting all forms of tough.
Very nice.
I think my next project is to put in the wood sorter, which is going to be like huge because there's like 10 different forms of wood and there's like 15 different items of each wood.
Yeah.
So, yay. So I got to figure out like where to put that, how to build that.
I have our melon farm going, our netherwort farm, sweet berries, sheep, cows, chickens. I got a small handful of rabbits, and I kind of want to get a pig farm going.
Okay, yeah.
And then, of course, I have our wheat, carrots, and beets.
Yeah, that are all automatically harvested.
Mm-hmm.
Love that. Oh, I have a new skin now too, everybody.
Yep.
I decided my old skin was not. It didn't fit me anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, that my usual stuff. I don't. I'm trying. I'm not really trying to venture out into too many new games lately. I'm just kind of just having fun doing what I'm doing.
You can definitely get a lot of mileage out of Minecraft and Sea of Thieves.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I've got over 1,000 hours in bowls. Oh God, yes.
Yes.
So, what else have you been playing? Because I've been seeing you play a variety of stuff. Minecraft has let go of its claws on you, and you've branched out into other games.
I have been playing a number of games over the last couple weeks. I have been playing. I actually, before we recorded the podcast, before we started recording the podcast, I actually snuck in here and recorded a quick script. So last week I put out a video. I did the Poppy Playtime triple pack on the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
And I've played through that. I played through all 3 chapters on the PC, and I rented the Switch copy because I wanted to do a video of how well it ran on the Switch.
Yeah.
And also because those are the videos that get me views. Poppy Playtime is up there with like Five Nights at Freddy's for stuff that I can put videos up on and reliably get a bunch of views.
Yeah.
But I played through the first 3 chapters, and I knew what I was doing, so it didn't take me a huge amount of time to play them. They ran okay. It's very obvious that they had 2 different groups port chapter 1 and 3 versus chapter 2, because chapter 1 and 3 have gyro controls, and chapter 2 doesn't for some reason. And it really does make a big difference. I initially didn't like gyro controls on first-person games on consoles, but depending on the game, it does actually work pretty good.
Yeah.
I also played it on the Switch too, and So Poppy Playtime, it's a mascot horror game for toddlers, as many of the mascot horror games are. It's they use the very, very obvious ironic naming conventions where like you're an employee of a toy company that goes back after everyone at the toy factory has been killed, and you're there to evidently rescue the people who have survived and uncover the mysteries of what happened. And because this is a mascot story, they combine rampant capitalism with like occult experiments, and it's all about the founders of the company starting an orphanage to bring children in, and then I guess fusing the children's souls with the toys.
As you do.
Yeah. Which also kind of runs counter. I like the idea because it presumes a world where children do not abuse and destroy their toys.
Yeah.
Because like, oh yeah, there's an actual like sentient child soul inside that thing. And you're basically sending it out to get thrown in a dumpster someday very soon, if not torn apart and set on fire.
I mean, that classic like scene of like taking a magnifying glass to army men. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And of course, you know, as a mascot horror game, the characters all have names. The murderous monsters have names like Kissy Missy and Huggy Wuggy. The games are pretty good. A lot of the gameplay revolves around you have two grabby hands that stretch out, and like you have the one like you have just like a normal grab hand. You have one that activates electricity. There's one that you can use to, like, it has force to it, and you can use it on certain platforms to like push yourself.
Mhm.
And then there's one that gives you, it's like a flare gun hand, and
Oh,
you use that in dark areas.
I've
Um,
not played these games, and I have no idea how they work. So like, this is actually informative for me.
it's very much a go from place to place, solve light puzzles, and then have a chase sequence, and then just move on to the next thing.
Okay.
Like I said, they are fun. I mean, it's not, they're not terrible. It's just very much, um, you can tell the quality goes up as their budget goes up with each release.
Yeah. Okay.
They are pretty fun. There's a lot of technical problems that they haven't fixed because, as tends to usually be the case, the developers of these are not very. They kind of tend to develop outside of their scope, like
Mm.
outside of their means. So it seems like every time Poppy Playtime gets a big update, they break something big and just never go back and fix it.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
So I have a hard time suggesting that people pay money for it. Because like
That's
chapter
fair.
2 has a big bug that makes the game almost unfinishable, and they haven't updated the game once since the physical version came out, and they're probably never going to put out a patch for the Switch version.
Is that the bug where you had to swing?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like they're probably never going to put out a patch for the console versions.
Hmm. Could you get it to work, or did it always bug?
No, I never got it to work. I was able to climb, I was able to stand on the edge and jump across, which is not the way the developer intended it.
Yeah.
Otherwise the game would have been unbeatable. And for anyone who didn't try that, it would seem like the game was just unfinishable.
And for those who aren't aware that that's a bug, they're like, okay, that's a really weird way to solve that puzzle.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, if you're unaware that it's a bug, you're probably thinking like, what am I doing wrong?
Yeah.
But I played Poppy Playtime Triple Pack on the Switch. I played through and I finished Mafia: The Old Country
Oh, okay.
on the PlayStation. Another game rental, and I liked it. Have you played any of the Mafia games?
I have not.
The Mafia games are very heavily. They're games that you like despite their flaws.
Okay.
And I do enjoy them. I have been playing Mafia games since the original Mafia came out back in, I think it was 1998. And I did like Mafia 3. A lot of people that were fans of the Mafia series hated it. It because Mafia 1 and 2 were very, very Italian, very gabagool, like Tony Soprano, and Mafia 3 was set in Louisiana, like bayou-themed Southern gangsters.
Yeah. It's still gangsters and it's still mafia. It's just not the like,
It's not the Italian Mafia.
Yeah, it's not the like stereotypical like everybody thinks,
It's
your one hand washes the other, kind of.
it's not Goodfellas, it's not Godfather Mafia. It's adjacent to it. Like they had characters from Mafia 2 that reappear, but it's not, it's not Tony Soprano Mafia.
Yeah.
But Mafia: The Old Country, it serves as a prequel, not kind of a prequel. I don't really like calling it a prequel because it assumes that there's connections and there aren't. But it takes place in early 1900s Sicily, and you play as a miner who gets rescued. you play as a miner named Enzo, who your brother is killed in a mine collapse,
Oh no.
and you work for the Spadaro family, and you escape from the mine. You get taken in by the Torrisi family, and the Torrisis hate the Spadaros. And it's your typical mafia story where you start out, literally start out shoveling horse shit,
Oh,
doing grunt work, and then the more you prove yourself reliable, they give you a gun, they put you on tax collection, and then you work your way up through the family. You become part of the family. You bang the Don's daughter, and
Nice.
there's a whole budding story of like, you know, your dad's not gonna like this. What should we do? Let's go to America. You never get the game never switches over to America. It's a lot of backstabbing, a lot of drama, a lot of inter-mafia politics. It's a pretty good game. The worst thing that I can say about the game is that the developer was very clearly proud of certain features that they put in, because the game has knife fighting,
Okay.
and the knife fighting is awful
Oh.
because it's very much just a like dodging, blocking, parrying, and attacking. Every fight that you have falls into the same area of parry and attack, hit twice, fall back, wait, either dodge or parry, attack, wait. And they do a knife fight for every single boss fight. And it's the same knife fight every single time, leading up to the final chapter where the other thing I hate, I really don't like games that have forced stealth sequences where the moment you get caught, it's game over.
Yeah.
And Mafia does that.
Oh,
Mafia
no.
loves stealth sequences where you cannot get caught. There are some stealth sequences where you can get caught and it just starts a gunfight, and that's fine. But the final chapter of the game has a stealth sequence followed by a knife fight, followed by a stealth sequence, followed by a knife fight, followed by a stealth sequence, followed by a stealth-based knife fight. It is exhausting.
Oh my god.
And I don't know, like, you can tell it's kind of like when you see a comedy movie and there's a joke that hits off on set that the crew just fucking loves, and so they run that joke into the ground throughout the movie because like the crew thinks it's hilarious, but it's not funny.
Yeah.
Then that's how I feel the knife fights were, where like someone in this, like, they were really proud of the knife fight mechanics or like the animations or something, because they go all out on the knife fights and it's just not fun. It also gets more and more convoluted as the game goes on to justify the knife fights. And I compared it in my review, which I'll have out sometime this week. I compare it to it's almost anime level, where it's like anime like Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
Where toward the end of the series, you have the villain who's like, I'm going to destroy the world unless you beat me at this children's card game. So like you have it in Mafia where you're fighting against, like, you're fighting this big Don, you get into this big shootout, there's guns everywhere, and then the two of them are like, let's stab each other. Like, we're gonna have a knife fight right here and right now.
We must settle this like civilized people.
I was really hoping that they would pull an Indiana Jones and just have one sequence where the the Don takes out a knife, he's like, let's stabby time, and your character just pulls out a pistol and shoots him in the face.
Yeah,
But they don't.
so good.
And the knife fights, like the knife fights, I have to explain, are bad because not only are they long enough in themselves, but they have little sequences where like once you get them down to 2/3 health, then it starts an animation where the two of them struggle, so the developer can show off their animation quality. Like the two of them struggle, there's a button mashing sequence, and then like they take their spots and you start fighting again, get them down another third, and there's another unskippable animation sequence where you get to watch them wrestle, and then they move back, and then you start fighting again, and then finally you get to you finally get the last third, and then you get to watch the ending animation. And it's just so drawn out. It feels like they left the boss fights to the last thing that they were developing, realized that they didn't have the time to put in individual mechanics, and then they're just like, shit, let's just do the knife fight every time.
That's sad. Because it sounds like they would be way better off if they just like focused more on individualizing the bosses.
Yeah.
Like it'd be a better game overall. Even if they did like the knife fight thing, they could just like customize the knife fights.
I would have been fine if they had gunfights for the boss fights. But
yeah, fair.
But they have knife fights. There's literally your character, like I said, it's kind of like anime, where literally people are obsessed with knife fights in 1905 Sicily. Because like you have there's a sequence where Enzo should have been killed right at the beginning because you're on a rescue mission and you get surprised from behind by a guy with a double-barreled shotgun, and he's pointing it right at you. And Enzo whips out his knife and he's like, let's go. And the guy throws the shotgun to the ground and pulls his knife out.
Well, there's honor amongst thieves, right?
I don't know.
I don't know either. This doesn't sound that is definitely the smartest thing to do, is to throw away your shotgun against somebody with a knife. That is, I mean, obviously. Yeah,
But
that is kind of ridiculous.
It is a Mafia game, so there's a lot of vestigial features they add to the game.
Okay.
That serve kind of no real purpose. Like every car has a gas tank, and the gas can theoretically run out. But it's not an open world game. So you're never going far enough that you would run out of gas. So like the cars have a gas meter, but you're never going to come close to depleting your gas. But they put it in the game. There are shops that you can buy upgrades. Like you can buy cars and buy upgrades and buy weapons. But more often than not, when you start a new mission, the game takes your inventory away, and it takes it'll have a car for you to drive, but it's going to be the car that the game decides you're going to drive. You can't access your unlocked cars for a majority of the missions, and you can't access your unlocked weapons, and it's just completely pointless.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
The Mafia games, as someone who has played Mafia 3 was actually better about that because it was more open world. But Mafia 1 and 2 had that same kind of thing where like you can go and change your wardrobe like once every 7 to 8 missions. But on the next mission, the game is probably going to put you in a new piece of clothing anyway, and it's just completely pointless.
Yeah, and like you said, this is what you mean. Like the games are enjoyable despite their flaws.
Yeah. They had very weird things for immersion. Like Mafia 1 and 2, you can get pulled out. Mafia 1 and 2, the game has speed limits. I
Really?
think that they got rid of it in the Mafia 1 remake, but you can get pulled over and ticketed for speeding
Oh, okay. That's kind of cool.
if a cop sees you or running a red light. and there's in Mafia 2 especially, there's separate tiers of police activity. So like if you get, it's not like Grand Theft Auto where immediately the cops are trying to kill you. So like if you get clocked for speeding, the cop will pull you over. He'll come up to your car, ticket you, or you can bribe him.
Okay, that's cool.
If the potential fine is high enough, you can bribe him. But yeah, well, the police system is not in Mafia the Old Country because it's 1904 Sicily. The one thing I thought was really genius was the game doesn't have a mini map, and obviously it's early 1900s, so there's no GPS.
Yeah.
The way that they point you to get to your objective when you have to drive a long distance is there are street poles that have little arrows on them, and the arrows will point you to where you need to go.
Gotcha.
So it's a little immersive way so you can keep your eye on the game and like keep your eye on the road and constantly know where you have to go to get to an objective. Instead of pausing the game and checking the map every, minute or so. I did enjoy it. It has a lot of faults, but I did enjoy it. Also, it's $50, so it's well under the price of a modern AAA game.
Still a little pricey, but it's not bad. It sounds like you get a lot though.
I would say you probably get about like 15 hours out of the main campaign.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah. But yeah, I played Mafia 3, I played Sea of Thieves, and not Mafia 3, Mafia the Old Country. Yeah. And I played Poppy Playtime Chapter 1 through 3. And I played some Minecraft, and it's pretty much it.
Yeah. We've been having fun.
Yeah. I liked Sea of Thieves. A lot of my issues with it is just getting used to stuff.
Yes. That is a lot of the game is like I had said to YouTube before we started playing, it's very manual.
Yeah.
It's very much you have to like know to if you have a hole in your boat, you have to go to the wood barrel. After you go to the wood barrel, you go to the hole. You have to then pull out the plank, put the plank on the hole, and then
right.
you have to be looking at the hole while the boat's moving around, because if you don't continually look at the hole, the quick time event will stop.
Yeah.
So or the hold event. I don't know if it's a quick time event, but it's just you hold to.
Yeah. I know what you meant.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, I look forward to getting better at it.
It's a lot of fun. Again, it's just a game you have to spend some time with, and it's just something that like if you like that kind of thing, it's really enjoyable. And I've just gravitated toward it. It's kind of like what I want out of video games. I want to like drop into a game and go on adventures. And I want to go on I want those adventures to be things that I am presented with, but I have a choice to do. And this does it exactly. Plus, I really enjoy the PvP aspect of it. I love PvP games.
I mean, I'm sure I'll enjoy the PvP more when I get better at the game.
Yeah, and you don't have to be good at every aspect of it. I suck in hand-to-hand combat. I am very bad in hand-to-hand combat, but I also run 2 guns.
Yeah.
It's if you're running hand-to-hand combat, you generally want to run a sword. And I haven't been because I usually stay on the boat, and my job is to drive the boat and keep the boat afloat.
Yeah.
You know, generally, like that's the way that me and my friend have played. Is my job is drive boat, keep boat afloat, shoot occasionally, never get in hand to hand, never get face to face with people.
Yeah.
So his job is shoot, pick up loot, and take on other players face to face. My friend is the one who's always like going out and doing things, while I'm the one who's always managing and running the boat. We work very well together, in my opinion.
Right.
So, yeah, and I've told him about that you've been playing, and he's excited to play together.
Mm-hmm. We'll have our threesome.
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
So yeah, that's really all I have. I didn't prepare much in the way of upcoming games or news to talk about, just because we've been playing so many games.
Well, that's fine.
But I
No
mean,
news
we
is
we
good
got a
news.
good hour out of the show.
No news is good news.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess that's a good place to cut it for the week. And if you want to help fund whatever the hell we do, you can check us out on Patreon at patreon.com/MMOFallout. And check us out on YouTube and at the Sentinels of the Store. And I guess I will see you next week.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Love you. Bye. Mwah.
Good night, everyone.